Remember the shortcut, either it will be 25 or 75. Now let's go to the question that we had left back then. So now see, this again is a very simple question, but you have to kind of break it down and then you have to think about this particular question. Then you will be able to find out the right answer and the right approach. If I were giving this examination in the first attempt, I would never have attempted this question. See, what I can very easily do here is that eliminate a couple of options very quickly, and I'll show you how I can do that. Okay, so it says that sum of all the natural numbers from 200 to 600, both numbers inclusive, which are neither divisible by 8 nor divisible by 12. So what does it mean? It means that, first I have to find out sum of all the numbers from 200 to 600. Okay, I have to find out this sum. Then from this sum I have to subtract numbers which are not divisible by 8, which are not divisible by 12, and which are divisible by 8, which are divisible by 12, and which are divisible by both 8 and 12. Okay. So when I am finding out this set, obviously this set would have been covered, and when I am finding out this set would have been covered. So these two I will subtract, and this number, since I would have subtracted it twice, I will add it to this sum. Okay, so this is my algorithm for this question. If you have a better way or an easier way or a faster way to do it, please let me know. I will incorporate it in my video. So this was the fastest way that I could think of, and therefore, which is why I took this question towards the end of it. In a normal examination, I typically would avoid such a question, or maybe would go for an intelligent guess after eliminating a couple of options. So you can eliminate options also very quickly. It's not very difficult to. So see, first I will find the sum of all the numbers up to 600, which is nothing but 600 into 601 by 2. Okay, so n into n plus 1 by 2, that is the formula. So I am finding it out, and this number, as you can see, so this number will come out to be, this is the sum of all the numbers starting from 1 and going up to 600. Now I will find out the sum of all the numbers up to 199, because 200 is included, which is why I will not find out the sum up to 200, but I will find it up to 199, and I will get this number, which is 19900. So the sum of all numbers from 200 to 600 is nothing but 160400. Okay, now I have to find out all the numbers which are divisible by 8, sum of all the numbers between 200 and 600. So 200, I can see it is completely divisible by 8, and therefore so will be 600. And if you do a quick this thing, between 600 to 200 there is a gap of 400, and you will have 51 numbers including 200. So if I have to find out their sum, 51 by 2, and the first is 200 plus 600. So if I work it out properly, the sum comes out to be 20,400. Okay, so these are all the sum of all the numbers which are divisible by 8. Similarly for 12, if I check out closely, 204 will be the first number which will be completely divisible by 12, and on the other end, I think there will be another number which will be divisible lesser than 600. So see, 600, okay, I don't need to check because 600 is completely divisible by 12 here. So this also tells us that 600 is one of those numbers which is divisible by both 8 and 12. Okay, so if I have to find out the total number of numbers which is divisible by 12 between 200 to 600, it's like an arithmetic progression. So I'm using this formula very quickly. So see, this is the final number, this is the first number, this is the common difference, and n minus 1. Okay. So if I subtract 204 from 600, it will give me a number of 396, which I will divide by 12, and it will give me a number of 33. So that means the total number of terms will be 34. Okay. So I find out this number again, 34. Again I add up these two, 204 plus 600. Alright. And the sum which I will get will be equal to the sum of all the numbers which are divisible by 12 between 200 to 600 will be equal to, if you work it out properly, okay. Now we have to find out all the numbers which are divisible both by 8 or 12. So that means we have to find out all the numbers which are divisible by 24, and again we will go by the same methodology. So again 24 as you can see, 204 if you divide it by 12, okay, so you get 17 as quotient, therefore it is not divisible by 24. So see, we have to find out those numbers which are divisible both by 12 and 24. So 204 plus 12 will be 216. Okay, so 216 will be the number, the smallest number which will be divisible by 24, and on this side 600 by 24. If you do your maths, you can see that it's completely divisible. So 600 is the number which is divisible both by 8 and 24. So 8 and 12. So the first number of the series is 216, the last number of the series is 600. So how do you find the number of terms? Again using the same method, and here the common difference will be what? It will be 24. Okay. If you take the difference, it will be equal to 384. Alright. And so accordingly we will find out the number of terms here, which is n minus 1. So this will be 16 and n will be 17. So there are 17 terms between 200 and 600 which will be divisible both by 8 and 12. Okay. So now we'll find out, because we have to find out the sum of all those numbers. So the first number of the series is 216 as we just discussed. Last number is 600. If you work it out, this comes out to be equal to 6936. Okay. So out of this number we have to subtract this and add this, because we subtracted this number twice, once here and once here. Okay, and then you will get your answer as 133268. That will be the right answer once you do that. So see, what happens is that once you have found out this number and you have found out these two, so this roughly is what, how much? Roughly it is equal to 34,000. So once you take away 34,000 out of 1,60,000, it almost becomes equal to 133. So you can easily eliminate this and this, and these are two very close options. Therefore you have to solve this question properly. You cannot really do a guessing thing. and there is only a difference of 200, okay, between these two options, and therefore you have to solve the problem completely. You cannot really take a guess. If you have a better way of solving this problem, just let me know. So these were the problems that I thought that I will just tackle this 2015 CLAT question paper completely. See, it's not difficult to do this since I was explaining and doing these things, so it took me some time. But if you are practicing properly and if you are using your options, you should be able to solve at least 70 to 80% of these problems without actually doing a lot of calculations and wasting a lot of time. So here's my email ID. Okay, these two email IDs belong to us, and we are the Learning Factory. If you like the video, please like it and share it, and I look forward to your comments and your suggestions, etc. You can write to me.